So here we are in Nebraska. We woke up, drove to Detroit, took a $36 round trip flight to Denver, got ourselves a Jeep Gladiator, and this is going to be our campsite. This is it. It's a pretty beautiful country, definitely something we've never seen before. Tomorrow we meet the rancher and check out the private piece of property. We'll see what happens. All right, there we are. Hammocks are set up.
So we're headed to Chadron right now for a little breakfast, and we're gonna meet the rancher at 8 a.m. and we're just getting our first visual of this part of the state, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
so I am excited today.
Yeah, check out the sun hitting them buttes, man. It's a butte.
It's a butte.
Alright, so we just had breakfast. Carl had the best damn pancakes in town. Yeah.
And I think they're the best pancakes I've ever had in Nebraska.
Yeah, that's
they are legit pancakes. At the old country kitchen right here in Chadron.
And what's cool is right before we got there, we actually seen 2 bucks in the doe on the field right across the street. One of them was a very solid shooter, 4x4. And then when we left, there was actually 3 bucks in a doe bedded down just right behind this guy's barn. We seen 3 more muley doe on the way back. We just had to take care of Carl's tent flag because we got a rainstorm off to the west there. But so yeah, good start. We're seeing muleys in town. The waitress told us that if we don't fill our tags, we suck.
Yeah, so we had a lot of pressure from that waitress.
Yeah, hopefully we don't suck.
She seemed pretty legit about us sucking if we don't fill it out.
Right. Alright, so this is going to be a big chunk of his property. I think he owns all those hills over there. Plenty of this flat area. And there we got a whitetail running off. Probably can't see it, but trust me, it's there. This is not his property, right?
No, his property is on the other side of the road.
Yeah. Here's the White River. And basically on this side of the road, got some low, a lot of trees. This is most likely where the whitetail are gonna be predominant. Yeah, this flat land is not his, but the hills up there, and then pretty much everything going back that direction, as far as you can see, is going to be his.
Here we are.
Here's his driveway.
Here's the ranch.
And got a reading on the mileage here. We'll see how long his driveway is, because I'm thinking it's probably a mile long. Alright, so we just got done taking a massive tour with the rancher, and oh my god,
Yeah, it's big.
it's huge.
It's real big.
I don't think either of us were prepared to wrap our minds around what 6,000 acres actually looks like. There's a lot of area to cover.
We're doing it all on foot. The guys whose spots we were taking actually got kicked off of the ranch after 20 years because they're driving places they weren't supposed to.
For 10 years straight.
You know, they've been
and being talked to about it and ignoring.
Warned them, and finally had to kick them off last fall, which opened up this spot for us. So we're pretty grateful for that.
Right off the bat, we've got a group of elk right up here. We're gonna start there, hopefully get some pictures of them. Work our way south. We've seen 3 mule deer bucks, one a for sure shooter. One of them probably would have taken, the other one would have been
a little young,
acceptable, but a little young. But
yeah, one was definite stud though. Beautiful buck.
Oh yeah. So yeah, here we go. It's gonna be a long day. That rise right over there, that's where the elk were when we were up here with the truck. Doesn't look like they're there. What, you see them? Oh, but yeah, this is one of the first views we've seen. Pretty awesome. There's 360 degrees. It's a fence line right down there. That's the northern boundary. And heads, the back corner is like that peak right there. Now this is more, we were on the north side of the property. This is now the south side of the property, a little bit more open. Some draws, some cedars. Yeah, I'd say after that first little bit, the property isn't as big as we thought once we actually got on foot here and start dissecting it a little bit. It's not as massive as what it felt originally, but yeah, breaking it down slowly but surely, right?
Sure.
So we were just evaluating this spot. This seems like a pretty sweet spot, especially for somebody that might not be real confident in shooting a long ways. And lo and behold, the 3 bucks we seen earlier went out of there and went up the hill, and then a mule deer doe was down here and ran up that way. But what you got here is there's a fence line. That's the east side of the property. Whoever sits here could actually observe any deer coming down off the pressured property to the east here off these hillsides and essentially make a plan, because you know it's like a short shot here, that's like a 300-yard shot there, slam dunk shot here, all these draws coming down. So yeah, whoever sits here can just watch, and anything that starts coming down off these hillsides they can make a move on. So it's one of the spots we're marking. We just kicked up a mule deer doe and her fawn. She's right down there in the trees. If I can get her to run, might be able to see her. There she goes. Oh, there's another one. So we almost got to the south side, but still a long ways. Put on a lot of miles. What'd you say, 5 miles?
5 miles, and we're 5 miles from the truck.
Yeah, I think we've seen enough. We definitely, now that we were more tired and we walked more of it, definitely, again, on the bigger side, but a good thing, because on the south side, the area over here, we've seen a lot of good spots, and actually seen more mule deer on this side. So, and it's mainly because I think we were more tired. Every time we would stop, it seemed like we'd kick them up. So I have no idea how many we've actually walked past, but we're gonna take a straight line and just start angling back to the truck and rehydrate. So we made it back. We got some cold drinks because we finished everything out there. Got the AC cranked, windows wide open. Life is good. I'm looking around. Go ahead. sun shining, and it's raining. I won't lie, it actually feels pretty good, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's too hot.
All right, day 2. Our legs are actually still working.
Barely.
Are you feeling it?
No.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised, but yeah. So we're checking out the southern border of his property. Leading up to it, there's not a whole lot, but Board of Education piece. It's got some decent structure.
That's nice.
And yeah, we're gonna check that out. Maybe his other 120. He's got a small 120 south of that yet. And we will see how that all looks, but that's what we're coming up to.
Kyle.
So here's our view from the Board of Education lands. There's a rise out in the middle of it, kinda, and hell of a view.
Where's all the fucking bathrooms? This one.
Alright, so it's our last night of our Nebraska scouting trip, and we decided the last day to get closer to Denver so we don't have to wake up as early in the morning to hit our flight. And we drove into Medicine Bow National Forest, found a spot to set up our hammocks for the night, and this is where we're going to spend our last night. Here's Carl with his
The hot tamales.
hot tamales.
Food of choice here in the Medicine Bow National Forest.
He knows how to party hard.
Yeah, you want to harvest the hot tamales here from the hammocks.
And here's our hammock setup. Carl's, mine. There's our view. Unfortunately, we got some campers in the road in there, but we just drove around for 2 hours, and there's great camping spots, but not great trees for hammocks. So this is where we ended up, and we'll take it. It's been a good trip.
Yeah.
Except for our stop in Laramie.
It was a little awkward.
A little awkward. Word to the wise: don't go to the Crowbar in Laramie, Wyoming. Especially wearing one of these. You'll be much better off in life.